So you can just imagine how that happens, and it's black people that do this to black people. You understand, because the developer is a black person, that was supposed to help his own people, and this is what happened. We have what we ladies standalone. So in the standalones, the military veterans, the civilians, mostly disabled people, senior citizens. And these two parties now are fighting because the military veterans say we are the rightful beneficiaries. We applied to King Department there, and then the senior citizens are saying, now we are old, forever, and they got allocated in one space. But now, from last year, the senior citizens were given eviction letters from military veterans. So the government literally is waging war between two parties that are supposed to live in harmony. There's no electricity, there's parts of it there's no water, parts of it there's no proper sanitation, no proper plumbing, and there's no time frame, all of that, and there's no even proper repercussions for the developer because
Okay guys, welcome to Western Podcast with the twins. Remom Tlakeng today, Kiwana Khape, and Silenzi with the twins. How today Lene Khape, my twin brother, who committed as usual. Remom Tlakeng, guys, Remom Tlakeng, Tlabona Tlakeng mo tshwaretse joining like ke superstar or ke at least no o tla itlhalosa ke Lewatle Diale, but nna ke ntse ke bona ntse re communicator blue, so o tla re tlhalosetsa. So guys, re ke mo fe this opportunity I introduce gore ke ne mang then o etsa eng to make Lewatle.
Thank you again, Moses, for the opportunity and for the platform. My name is Lewatle Diale. I am the regional chairperson of ActionSA in Red West, and a community activist. I am an entrepreneur, an advocate for young people. That's what I do. And yeah, Lina La Blue. Lina La Blue comes from my name, Lewatle. It's a nickname that I got from varsity. So yeah.
Or it's a misana limit. So guys, Lewatle. For now, we're using deeper in that way. Before it's into what you're doing. Someone at home interested in what we do Lewatle.
Okay. Look, I was born and bred in Mohlakeng. I grew up in this house that I hosted you in.
Okay.
And I was brought up by a single mother who is still an entrepreneur. And growing up, I was, introduced into politics because Mama is very active in the community as well. So yeah, I grew up in a household where I a single parent. Yeah.
So, you talk about a business, right, or entrepreneur, but then you took it from your mom.
Of course.
So, your business anything?
So my mom, numerous types of businesses, in fact.
Yeah. And by the way, you're not gonna get direct hire Diale funeral parlor. So,
no. My mom is a very caring, innovative, and very creative person. She can gauge gaps in business opportunities, and because honali a lot of unemployment, you need to feed your kids, and Mama Dula Ayira plan. So with that said, I was introduced into the beauty industry by my mom. She's a beautician. We are catering, we are mablomo, we are and as well as she used to be part of a stock film. something happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it was for local businesses where they come together, but it's an event and whatever. That was our livelihood. That was how we made money, and that put me through school and so forth.
Okay, Lewatle Diale, guys. I need to introduce it. Wait, ki chairperson ya ActionSA region, guys. No, I don't know why politics at what age actually, because Glory Mama can now introduced into politics because of actives a lot.
Yeah.
So at what age did you get introduced to politics?
Dude, I was 12 years old. Is it funny? It's very funny, right? I was 12.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and when I started politics, I mean, my mom was a Go Women's League, Yakub.
Okay.
So they used to host the meeting. So they would host meetings, and I would sit under the table, and I would write minutes. You know, try and write minutes.
Okay.
That is, but that sparked my interest in politics, and I later got introduced to UCDP, United Christian Democratic Party, by Ntate Rampore, who was a ward councillor go 21.
Yeah.
So I was introduced to UCDP then, and and it started from there. I became very active with UCDP, and then in 2021 we contested local elections. So I was appointed the provincial chairperson of UCDP.
2021.
2021, yeah.
Okay.
And I registered 5 municipalities. I was also a mayoral candidate for UCDP in Rand West, and I was 24 years of age at that time.
2021.
In 2021.
Guys, she's in the beauty business. La Mona Lona. Hey, business on is beauty business industry. Le La Mona no Lewatle Street in beauty. Lewatle. 2021, then you already the portfolio is the few in the Christian movement party. I'm talking about just curious, man. How old are you now?
I'm 27.
27. Singer, taken, looking?
Moses. Moses.
Please, man.
I cannot declare that kind of information.
Chairperson no kind of information, Larry.
Yeah.
So, are we touching?
Yeah.
Are we touching?
Yeah.
So, school, your high school, maybe primary, and then high school, and also higher learning?
Yeah, of course. Look, my primary school was right here, Umahlakano Primary School. And then I moved to Lucanio High. And then I went to UJ. And from there, I went to UJ. And there were complications at UJ, and I moved to Vets,
Okay. So, schools, maybe your upbringing, because we more familiar with mama. So, how did that affect you as a young person, particularly when
That's a valid question, eh? Look, it was not easy.
Yeah.
Having to be brought up by a single parent, it was not easy. I mean, in high school I was very active. So every season, in athletics, I'm there. Hey, debate, I'm there.
Yeah.
So many other things. I used to do Nikita netball on everything, So I was an active child, and I was an academic at school.
Okay.
So I used to participate and so forth. And so you can understand how live financially. The effects that has, because as an active child, how the athletics this and that. And Mama Nazamane, she would try to see how best she can sort me out. Either or, I had a very lovely upbringing. Mama would delay responsibility when I was really young. We still run the business together, but I started very early. So yeah, you learn the craft, you learn how to talk to people and so forth. I think also that's where I got my love for people, because when you do the therapist, but about beauty, by the therapist, they tell us their problems, because it's therapeutic. With this beauty treatments, and we deal with that, and we talk and we engage. And I think also that's what informs my politics as well, is that I'm in touch with the ground and I'm in touch with the reality. Yes, because how is it like go sena metsi ko tlong, or go sena motlakase, or go sena dijo, motho sa bereke, or go sena the opportunities. I understand how is it like, so it is informed by my reality more than anything.
Lewatle guys, ke Lewatle Diale, Chairperson ya ActionSA mo West Rand or Rand West. Apart from the beauty business, you started a company, is NPC actually, for artist management. Why started that kind of business?
Sure, and that coming to talk about I started it with a number of artists, but it's with lack of support, we ended up losing momentum, and we lost it. And it was a great idea to advocate for young people in the arts.
What were you trying to achieve?
Yeah, we were trying to advocate for young people in the arts to say, please recognize our own people, our own artists, give them gigs, get the same opportunities that people from Joburg or other regions would get. So that was what we were trying to do, and showcase our talent. People of Rand West are super talented, and we know that we have artists, man. We have a lot, and we have so much to offer to the world. And it's unfortunate that we don't get opportunities to exposure in that regard. Yeah. No,
I Lewatle guys. Lewatle, still watching Western podcast with the twins. I can only Chairperson ActionSA. She's a lovely lady, beautiful lady. Lewatle. So now I get into your line of work. Portfolio. I've seen a lot. I'm still going to see a lot. From the clips
what clips?
Video clips. Hey. No, Muto Upagati, she's involved and advocating for a good cause. From the clips but you'll explain more further. So why are you involved in such activities? Because I want to know the work at the 15 billions distraction or the what is it? Billions.
So like I said, my politics is informed by my reality. Look, more and West, we have suffered so much under the government that we have now. And now we are driving issues of mega projects. As you know, we have numerous mega projects in Rand West, right? But I want the opportunity.
So how the mega project? Someone go what do you mean by mega project?
Oh no, big projects that are supposed to literally uplift the community in terms of housing, in terms of infrastructure and so forth. But what we are specifically talking about, we're talking about the housing mega projects in the region. We're talking about Bodentlo, Momento, Sebo, Afro Village and so forth. Yes, we're talking about those. And how we the billions, we see what is happening in Mentos mega project, where 11 billion is unaccounted for.
11 billion?
It's gone. It's gone.
Only for Mentos?
Well, but all I'm saying is that the reality of Mentos is that the walk-ups are now vandalized, and it's going to be a haven for crime, and that is where some people were supposed to be allocated. We are sitting with people moligationing that have deep informed what's over 96. My mom has been formed Lewatle form in 98. So it was what, 26 years ago. So I was 1 year old when my mom applied for an RDP. So you can just imagine how that happens, and it's black people that do this to black people. You understand, because the developer is a black person, you know, that was supposed to help his own people, and this is what happened. We have what we ladies standalone. So in the standalones, the military veterans, the civilians, mostly disabled people, senior citizens. And these two parties now are fighting because the military veterans say we are the rightful beneficiaries. We applied to King Department there, and then the senior citizens are saying, now we are old, forever, and they got allocated in one space. But now, from last year, the senior citizens were given eviction letters from military veterans. So the government literally is waging war between two parties that are supposed to live in harmony. There's no electricity, there's parts of it there's no water, parts of it there's no proper sanitation, no proper plumbing, and there's no time frame, all of that, and there's no even proper repercussions for the developer, because the company is going to be liquidated and people are going to be given monies. But how much is that? And why ASA has serious repercussions? Because company.
So this mega projects, is it the same person with the
No. Every other mega project have their own issues. Let's talk about Western mega project.
So there's mega project and Western mega projects.
There's a lot. Numerous mega projects and West.
I thought
no idea.
Only one person who's like
no. It's politicians that have clause in this.
Wow.
In this mega projects, and
but are we still good then?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
And they're benefiting, right? So we're talking about Western Mega, another project in Tukumsres community, right? So in this project, colored people have forever been marginalized.
Yeah.
Because we're another extension 7, extension 4, extension
but
8, they're not there, right? Why? And they apply. So they then decided, you know what, we are going to it was, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. No, we're talking about Western Mega now.
Western Mega, okay.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do to have to be always excluded from whatever the government that are happening? So that community has been asking for jobs, because there's always been the bus coming in and out. And at that time we thought it allegedly is foreign nationals. On the fateful day of the 13th of February, people got arrested for just asking, guys, and all of that. And also the contractors as well, subcontractors and contractors as well, were supposed to be at least given 30%, as local people, given a priority. Were prioritized, but they were not given that 30%. And
so this 30%, if you
we have no idea who's working in our midst, in our own home. And of course they won't prioritize our own people in terms of employment. So the committee confronted them to say and so forth. But young people were arrested by just being bystanders.
So but when are they local people or people not from?
Not local people. including foreign nationals. I mean, on the 6th of, is it the 6th or the 5th?
Today is the 7th.
Yeah, is the 5th or the 6th, I'm so sorry. No, yeah.
4th.
Yeah. No, the 4th, yeah? It's the 4th. On the 4th of September, authorities went and raided Western Mega. And they got foreign nationals there. One of them even broke their leg. That also confirms the allegations of the community that's forever.
So what was the raid all about? What was it for?
It was to see what the community is saying. The community is complaining to say, but we're not working. Foreign nationals, undocumented foreign nationals are working in our midst. And it's sad. It is very sad when young people don't have jobs themselves. I mean, the young people that were just bystanders, they were pleading and begging for jobs from the councillor. That's why the politicians have their clause in these things, is because, councillors have to oversee stuff. They're not supposed to be part of it, So
the councillors are involved?
With an iron fist.
Oh. Who are these councillors? From which parties, actually?
Your DA councillors, your ANC councillors.
So they're involved?
They're involved. They're involved. I mean, we have receipts of councillors selling jobs to people. We have receipts.
Yo. I believe
in some of those mega projects, we do have receipts. We know what we're talking about.
Councillors are selling the jobs.
They're selling the jobs, and then they don't want to refund the people because they couldn't give what they said that they claim they're going to give.
So they're selling to local citizens.
Yes, they're selling jobs to local people, local contractors, that is. And then when they can't fulfill the thing, they don't want to refund the person. And they make sure, if you have to get a job if you're an ANC member. If you're not, then
you're not gonna get a job.
You're not gonna get a job. You're not gonna work.
Hey, a lot is happening more Western, and but duties or citizens are not getting what they're supposed to get. Lewatle is fighting for that, actually. So we want some of the videos, and from some of the clips, young people from Tukomsres, is in matric, out of the matric. So, and why were they arrested, those ones?
They were bystanders. They literally were bystanders, far from what happened. What happened? Go Western Mega, where the project is situated. No. About Twago Skolong was study, and I study that young chap. He was doing his matric.
Okay.
So you can just imagine. One of them actually said, "I wanted to be a public servant." So nagana go the dreams of that person. And those kids spent 29 days in custody. 29 days, young people that didn't do anything. And yet our leaders don't really care. They don't care. It was just ActionSA coming on board to help, to assist in any way possible, to give them support as well. We've been going to court with them. Every other court date were there, supporting them, providing legal assistance where possible, to help these young people, especially because they were wrongfully arrested, and it's psychologically damaging for a young person to experience something like that. This stigma. One understand
that. Still young by that time. Dreams. Guys, you're still watching Western Podcast with the twins. Lewatle Diale, regional chairperson here, ActionSA. From one of the clips, your MPL. What was the visit all about?
We've been driving issues of mega projects forever now. Momentum is because we've been advocating for the rights of people, human rights, but in conditions like this, why is the allocation process flawed?
Yeah.
You know, and our officials, and the most vulnerable, the most desperate of our citizens. So the purpose of the visit NPL and Mamore was to provide oversight, because we've been submitting to her to say, please raise these issues about momentos and so forth, so she can come and see and what we're actually talking about, so she can speak from an informed point of view. Yes.
Yo, hi guys, these things are very deep and depressing at the same time. So seeing those clips, the buildings, because some of the things have been extracted from the walls, from the buildings,
oh my God.
All that, and kitchelet again. So that thing. How charity is spending, but nothing has been completed, and again the buildings have been vandalized, and it continue. You need more money to that. So how such activities?
I don't want to lie. Like, you know, this mega project projects were supposed to bring positivity in our community. They were supposed to bring development in our community. They were supposed to bring job opportunities. They were supposed to bring hope. They were supposed to establish businesses, you know, and so forth. But it has brought us misery because we've been exploited. But what's about benefit? They have a benefit. And that is a lot of money that will never recover, that is gone. Like I said, no serious repercussions for the people responsible for it, because they are protected by our comrades.
So someone might be saying, Lewatle, why are you only mentioning councillors from opposition parties? Are your councillors not involved in this corruption activities?
We are in the metros, and if you follow ActionSA, you will know the work that we do. It's been 4 years, but the work that we do in our respective areas where we have councillors, you will actually see the work that we are doing. And because in 2021 we didn't contest elections here, so we don't have councillors here in Rand West, but hopefully by 2026 we'll have councillors in council. I'm sorry, that will be able to advocate for our people, you know, which is very, very important, that young people should sit in council. I know that we have young people in council, Rand West, but we don't see any difference in terms of support, in terms of them fighting for the issues around young people. We don't even know the young leaders, you know, that sit in that council, in those in the council, So it is us driving issues, not waiting for election time, because the mandate is to fix South Africa. So we are going to fix Rand West first. So in the hands of young people.
In the hands of young people. Because my question was coming to that. I think now there was this narrative to say it's time for young people to take lead. From other political parties, they were pushing this thing on do you think young people are ready to lead the country?
Most definitely. I mean, the country got liberated by young people in the first place.
Yes,
Let's start
know
there.
about those previous ones. But now, Rona, do you think as young people?
As young people, because the idea is that we are in deep slumber. And that is not true. The reality of the matter is that young people are pushed aside. Gatekeeping is ripe in politics, you know. We are made volunteers Bailey, ebile ha ba bona go na le potential ba go kgapela ko thoko. You know, young people are ready to lead. Young people ba batla the opportunities. Young people ga ba lazy, as people say gore lazy. You know, but I would like to encourage also young people who ba lead, you know, young people need to take control of their lives. They need to make informed decisions, especially with politics. Read your policies at different political parties, make a firm decision and publicly participate, you know, because I don't know so guys. Yeah, if I did recipe, I don't know, and about all the land so okay, the results is a whole now we don't want to be in politics. It's only the results is in where we don't have jobs and so forth. Give like every day. You know what? It makes no sense how Udulemo Rand West. Rand West in a mining, Rand West in a lady place, Rand West in a industry, yeah, hey, Rand a lady TVET college, in Maharibereki, you know, young people but buying little more drugs, you know, seeing your people that you know, what's about drugs. That you grow up with, and you know their potential, because of what's happening in their reality, in their community.
So do you blame maybe the leaders there now currently?
Because yes, of course, they don't prioritize young people.
But maybe, but they are always vocal. You know, young people come and do this. Young people come knock at our offices, but nothing is happening.
I mean, have you tried to knock in their offices? Have you gotten an answer?
I've got a story to tell. I've been knocking at their offices. But now, Lewatle, you could have been doing a lot, looking at your potential, but you chose politics.
Yes.
And you are a woman. It's a space where it is male dominated.
Okay.
Why politics? Could be a doctor, a nurse, or something else, a lawyer. Because she has that face. So, but why did you choose politics?
Because my reality was that every other issue in my community was a political issue. The reason why Mutlakasi Dura is because it's a political. Yes. The reason why Husna Bazari go Maspala is because the reason why Husna Merek is because the reason. I understand that.
Yeah.
So I had no choice. As a community activist, I had to make a decision to say, I want to serve my community, and this is the way that I serve my community. You know, use politics as a vessel to drive change in my community.
Well, back to Dentlom and mega projects. What are you trying to achieve with? Can I call it campaign or?
No, it's not a campaign.
What is it?
We're driving issues.
Yeah.
We're driving issues. We're trying to have positive change.
So what are you trying to achieve? Because someone I used to go, I know they're campaigning.
One, we want local economic development in our midst, not just on paper. We want transparency in terms of procurement processes.
Yeah.
We want our young people or people of the community to be employed and benefit from the projects. We want contractors, our own local contractors. It would be nice to see one of our own in our midst being a developer as well. Benefiting as well. Benefit, you know. We are. You know how so khatetse exploitation.
Yeah.
Le gore batho ba go khatelle ditokelo tsa gago. Why am I regardless of umukana. You understand what I'm saying? So it is exactly that, to say, Mara, if it's not me, who's going to do it? Because the people that are supposed to do it are comfortable wherever they are. And I don't think already the developer, all of those people can get away with what's happening now if it's not politicians assisting them. All the government assistance.
Those numbers. Guys, you're still watching Western Podcast with the twins. Lewatle Kali numbers and figures 11 billion.
Of course.
The effects to support the statement.
Of course, you can literally Google it.
Okay.
You don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
And you know what's happening now?
Because I want to find out. Do you know people who are involved in those corruptions?
I think we're aware. I think even the communities are aware of the people that
who are those people? Kibuma.
But anyway, I'm just saying, it is something that needs to be rectified. The municipality and all the authorities need to come on board to rectify what is happening, the allocation processes, fixing these concerns that we have.
Who's the main contractor?
Mendoza. It's public knowledge.
They want to find out. Sam Western citizens person or
No, he's not a local person.
So again, this is the one who's showing 15 billion.
11.
11 billion. Yes.
Unaccounted for. 11.
Sam, 11. Oh, guys. Sam. Oh, Chaltekana, my brother. No, I know. Kunzima. Sorry to disturb. Okay, carry on.
So, what we have, like I said to you, Nuyana, I have to go. When you came in, I told you I have to go. So people of Dentlome that by Kins and Kumatlo, kinda sort of because of the wait period, right?
Kumatlongra ali stand alone.
Yes, for Albat by Kins and Kumatlo. Some political parties said Kobaneno, some waking and they will protect you. And they disappeared. Election.
And yours is not involved?
No, we're not involved in things like that. And so, Nuyana, these people are being given letters to say they must vacate. Or this legal
from whom?
From the Department of Housing in Rosrand. And so, and the municipality, I think, because I have copies of those letters, to say they have to leave, right, to vacate. But also, they are also neglecting those houses where people have bought, because there are people that bought houses there.
The standalones or the ones that are...
Yeah, both. The walk-ups and the standalones that have bought houses from officials. Mari, they are not taken out, they are not given.
What do you mean by
letters.
Officials? Okay, alright.
So these people were given the letter to say we'll have legal action against you if you cannot provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mara batho ba ba rekile matlo bone ga ba fiwe those letters. Foreign illegal immigrants or foreigners that own these houses, ba no go ba rekile matlo ao ba fiwe the letters. So all of this, what's happening, is because of a flawed allocation system. To say, came for this how much? 20 years. I've been waiting for 15 years. We have instances where a person would say to you, the official
What do you mean by that?
And then they get allocated houses.
You mean brown envelope?
And other means of an in-kind.
What are those means?
An in-kind.
What are in-kind?
In-kind means is...
No, you want to know, I want to find out.
No, in-kind.
Maybe I might have those in-kind thing.
No, but I mean, it's corruption. in its highest order, where young people, basa khoning, basa number and so forth, are exploited and said, if we have cases like that, and it's people that we cannot expose now.
So why cannot you expose them?
Because when you expose them, what if the house gets taken away from them? Do you understand what I mean?
So you mean you cannot expose the person or
the person
who's been exploited?
That's been exploited. Some kimatlo depends on it, like a parent they talk of it, say one rabbi or you're old enough open equally says a house, you know. And that person doesn't understand why, because Salima ma play like 19 months. One understand what I'm saying. And this is the houses that they sell and distribute and so forth. But either or, it's the corruption is ripe here. It's because we don't have flashing lights of cameras. You know, like in other parts of Gauteng, where have corruption, immediately you find cameras being exposed and so forth. It takes time, and it's the responsibility of people like us to call out people that are doing corruption. As
ActionSA, Gauta mentioned you can't expose them because of what if at those houses. But don't you think, or maybe you're failing them in some way?
No, I mean, how am I failing them?
Because if I don't know, even if the but we create is not a correct way.
I would have to protect
so
their
why
identity.
Can't you expose the person?
No, I'll not expose the person that got the house.
No, the one who sold the house, or
no,
expected that the one who got the house.
I mean, it's public knowledge that some of these officials are going to court. Have been going to court for selling houses and so forth, but no serious repercussions. They still hold their positions in their respective offices. Well, understand what I'm saying? So there's never serious repercussions. And when I talk about Bonnie, but because they are speaking Monadi, I have to protect their identities. They were coming to me in confidence to say, Lewatle, you know, this is how bad it is just getting a house here. Easy. Morend West, the Lalo Hore was so called a young house of envelope rather.
So what are you willing to do with that information as ActionSA?
We're busy. We're embarking on actually exposing. We are exploring channels of doing that. We want people to take accountability for their actions, and we want to support our community, and we want to be pillars of our community. So that is what the mandate is.
Okay, guys, you're still watching Western Podcast with the twins. Lewatle Diale, regional chairperson at ActionSA more Western. Lewatle,
I'm Moses. We need
to name them, and we need to name because of it's painful, because how to share the stats, so unemployment rate, and particularly more young people. And to have a black person who deprive that development or opportunity for young people, then something else. So as ActionSA, because I have you on the chair. So as ActionSA, what are you planning to do? Got this case here, same. Yeah, 11 billion.
I mean, this projects, remember, they are provincial projects.
Yeah.
So we're using the representation that we have in province to advocate for the people, to drive from the province. Hence, Emma would come here and do do oversight, so that we are able to assist where we can. If there needs to be rectification, let it be that, as well as. Look, we want to consult even the ruling party, and to consult the mayor as well, to say, you know, because everybody has to come on board. to fix this, you know. So at the end of the day, committee on a vote.
So do you have faith in the current leadership now, Western?
Moses? No. No, I don't.
Why?
We've been failed so many times, you know. We've been failed so many times. The officials said you post there in our social media or in our community platforms. The leadership, we see our officials that represent us. And we have to comment on, but we barely see them working on the ground and making a real difference.
Impact,
you know, yeah, because matata una man as a fella khanya hore o mela di leadership mo WhatsApp or mo community group and then tiro ga go hedi.
So do you think maybe this leaderships didn't impact ordinary impact?
No, of course they have to have an impact, but all I'm saying is that hunale real challenges here, and where they are now, they need to use where they are now to actually assist the community because matata una mans. So
this issue, crime. So what in this issue?
We are for community safety. We always in support of community safety. I think it was last week or 2 weeks back, we were in Ramsa Hall where they were appointing, and not appointing, it was elections of a new CPF committee. We were there. We were in Denklome last week where as well it was an introduction of the new CPF in that particular area. So we were there and we donated some few stuff there as well. We are actively involved in the community. We speak against crime, and we try and encourage young people to take part in the programs of community safety in terms of CPF and so forth, instead of doing crime.
So, but now, maybe compared to CPF, the black community and the white community, I think the other one is well resourced. Then the black community is not well resourced. Or what is happening? Why is that?
I think I cannot speak in that regard, Ma. This is my observation, right? Because I can
but you can see,
yes, I can just give you my view to say, I mean, it's volunteer work. At the end of the day, and we are unemployed and so forth and so forth. So we make means with what we have, and everyone they make means with the resources that they have. So they can put together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because they have, and now we can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because you understand. But we make it work because of our community. It's not horrible. They are well resourced. But graduates go police station or whatever the case may be, or preferential treatment. I don't think so. I think it's a matter of, because it's volunteer work, when I volunteer relay your car for us to utilize in that area. So we understand that we're unemployed and so forth. Volunteer car. So we understand what I'm saying. So it's all volunteer work.
No, guys, internally Lewatle, Diale, Chairperson, region, Rand West, I'm correct. Lewatle, are you singing or married? No, I'm not married.
Same good question. Sam, why are you so interested?
Moses. No, we want to know.
Why are you so interested?
Public figure, we need to know.
Why?
What we do, take care, not take care.
Why?
No, we are interested for enough.
No, you know me enough.
It's enough. Guys, no, young people, man. Making a little tata, I give a take, but I need to be straightforward. Do you think our local government is doing enough for young people from their offices? Because how to share those people, the pensioners, but they're still there. Young people, by the time I decide I'm more officing, I'm approaching pension. Do you think there's value there?
Apparently, what I heard from the mayor the last time when we were in Ivers Park is that Balohira, I don't know, 50 something, 40 something. I stand to be corrected, Mr. Mayor, if you are going to be watching this.
When I think about leadership,
general workers, Balohira. Because pension and then the positions become vacant. So all I'm saying is that in particular to young people, I feel like young people, especially if na understand because of the experience that we have had with the municipality, you have to be a card-carrying member of a certain political party to get a job.
So if not getting that card,
I who think young people are not given opportunities unless card carry.
So but why turns I get a span a card, but during elections I
can make a typical example. Last day people of Mohlaking thought that the municipality is and it came to light that whatever the case may be. But the people that were complaining the most were volunteers of a certain political party. Okay. So they made a poster of that, say at the political party, to say they're going to the mayor's office, they will demand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it means if you're not part of that, or they are volunteers, you are not going to get a job. So it's like it is for certain people, and they feel entitled to get those jobs because they are
carrying
members. So if you are a young person that is not in politics, that is not active in politics, you are educated or whatever, or you desperately need a job, how consider you understand what I'm saying?
Because of
besides, yeah. I mean, the state of our people more than man. You understand what I mean? It's devastating.
Guys, give us a podcast with the twins. Lewatle. Last month it was a Women's Month. So what's your take on that one?
Okay. Sure.
But celebrate Diale.
I thank you.
Celebrate Diale. One that celebrate celebrate Diale.
All I'm saying is that being celebrated as a young woman, especially in the field of work that I do in politics, it's amazing, because at least people recognize the work that you do, the efforts that you put in, and see you driving change, and getting support from Bolo Nabore. It's amazing, it's amazing, and it encourages us to do better, to do more, to be protected instead of being violated. Because won't that then mean most of the time GBV from males committing it to females, so at least now when we get support from people, from the males, it's a lot better. So that is that.
I guess no, but do you think enough is done for a boy child or a male sector? Because there's a lot of programs in Korea they are focusing on women and girl child, but Harto Shabaga for contacting and a boy child, nothing is happening.
I'm so actively involved in my community, but I can tell you now that there's one organization that I know that deals with that. I think Gino Mukulubati, that focuses on boy child.
But do you think enough is done?
Not enough, of course. You know, we need to then also try and encourage young men to become better. You know, and be the figures that mold them into good people in the community and so forth. So there's a lot of work to be done. I personally grew up without a male figure myself, you know. So it was challenging.
How did that affect your upbringing?
No, having a single parent was tough. My mom showed soldier too.
No, I mean like the missing part of a father figure.
No, it's hurtful because you can just imagine how does that feel like, you know. It's something that my mom tried to close the gap. You know, she tried to close the gap. Mary, one of needs both parents.
So do you think had he been around, maybe you would have turned out to be more you become now, or maybe?
Look, Moses, I'm not a seer. I don't see the future.
Yeah.
but I think he could have made a contribution, some sort of contribution.
Okay. Lewatle, Chairperson region, ActionSA. Only action. I like to share the video, guys. Action is there. Action is there. Lewatle, Kopowele a girl child because Baba no lose it home. There's no much opportunities, more around, particularly more outside the villages. So maybe something will change.
Again, hi. So guys, as women, I think it is very important for us to occupy space. It is very much possible for you to lead. It is very much possible for you to make your dreams come true. It is very much possible for you to study, for you to make something of yourself. I think it's very important for you to remind yourself of that every day, that it's possible. And you look at people like me. I come from absolutely nothing. But I make things happen, you know. I'd just like to encourage you guys to keep going. If you have a dream, go for it.
Hey, I want to give you a profile. Hey, you were once a regional chairperson here, Operation Dudula. Hey, what happened? Dudula, man.
Like I said, my politics is informed by my reality.
Yeah.
So, Mama, COVID hit. So, when COVID hit, we needed to make some money, you know. And so then we resulted in becoming street vendors of some sort. And we're providing service, and so forth, like beauty treatments and so forth.
During after COVID,
yeah.
Okay. So we had to make moves and survive. Mama and so forth. So we did that, and it was lucrative. We could survive. So that industry, as you know, is dominated by foreigners, mostly illegal immigrants. So it was just illegal immigrants, and we were the only South Africans. And we were bullied a lot. We were told we were told, sometimes when you come to work, you grab space and so forth, you know. And when you look around, because some of the people that used to the street vendor are being violated and all of those things. Some of them because their space has been taken by this illegal immigrant, you know. So
As that was my reality, I then wanted to take a stand. I joined Operation Diale, and I was a firm believer that we should be in control of our local economy. I was convinced that is the position that I wanted to take. And seeing even young people resorting, so that I can make a living, I then actively participated in Operation Diale. I was one of those.
So what did you do?
It then became a political party. By the time when I was with Operation Diale, it was a civic movement. When I joined ActionSA, ActionSA was still talking about the same issues, and I was looking at Herman Mashaba, and as an ethical leader, I was attracted to how his leadership style and how he cleaned Johannesburg. So. It was the same tone. There was more than just illegal immigration policy that I was looking at. I was looking at other things as well that convinced me to join ActionSA. So it was that. It was a civic movement, and then it became a political party, and I had to withdraw.
So, as a regional leader, what changes would you like to see, or should maybe you come into power during local elections? What changes would you want to see, or would you bring as ActionSA?
There's a lot. We have an ongoing program that we're probably going to be introducing as well. It's around the matters of economic prosperity. I cannot go into details with that at the moment. But obviously we're still going to be advocating for mega projects and so forth. People are locating houses. We're still going to be advocating for those individuals that don't have job opportunities working around the mega project. So I think it's something that we are going to be firm about going into council. It's something that we want to push as ActionSA.
So arinka ka GNU. Would you like to see it locally more and West? Would it work?
Is it working though?
I'm asking.
It's not working. First of all, it's not working.
You're not supporting it?
No, I'm not supporting the GNU. We're actually an unofficial opposition because we never joined the GNU. We are not interested in personalities. We are interested in serving the people of South Africa. And it's the same thing with even locally. We would want to occupy positions that we're going to actually make a difference and remain relevant to the people of Randfontein and advocate for all of the things that we are amplifying now. Once we get into council, but either or GNU, I don't know, because we're not even part of it.
You're not part of it. Lewatle, what would you like to say to the mayor if he was here now? Talk to him. There he is.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to say to him that he needs to prioritize the people of Randfontein. He has seen there's a lot of damage that is done by the comrades, and he needs to come in and rectify. He needs to recognize young people and assist where he can in terms of employment, in terms of opportunities, in terms of funding, in terms of all of those things, and most importantly, deal with the comrades. Decisively deal with the comrades that are stealing from the poor, that are corrupt. Decisively deal with those people that are actually so that they can advance themselves, because they live in gated communities. I mean, I think Mr. Mayor also went to see how Pakistan is. It's sad because people mining yeah, and the locals are being violated and exploited by illegal immigrants because nobody cares about Mandela. I get it, because then the comrades only go there, get the election, and they don't care about people of Mandela.
And it's worrying me because it's a place community that strong political influence, but then ever underdeveloped. So
yeah, I mean it's actually ANC stronghold. By the way, they still have faith in the ANC, and hopefully I think they can see what is happening now. They will change true. But I can tell you for free that Pakistan is one of the communities that are neglected dismally by the ruling party.
Guys, no, Lewatle Diale, Chairperson region ActionSA. Lewatle, have you tried to engage with the mayor? Got the issue here, the mega projects?
Actually, we have a scheduled meeting, Mr. Mayor, that I'm going to honor on the 17th of September. Hopefully, we'll come to an understanding and a way forward of how we can help our people.
So you have faith for something will turn around?
Of course. Of course, Mr. Mayor. Okay.
Guys, Lewatle push and it's interesting for young people guys they're advocating for serious issues that affect community, not only young people but the community at large. Lewatle, thank you very much for joining us from Western Podcast. We are honored. Guys, gonna give you the chairperson. Yeah, region. You're not gonna use what? So, region. No, thank you very much for joining and continue with the span. Not at the side. Even if there was something negative from your side, address because of maybe some about you to go why Asa click at these issues and all that. No. If you know something, Gabon, come to us. But I invite you to wake up because now because of you can't condone praise about they are looting from a community. So she's doing a great job with ActionSA. So do you think local elections will set up?
I mean, most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely be prepared. So I mean, everybody must prepare how we're going to cancel.
So do you see dominating West Rand or other parts of West Rand?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Most definitely. Why don't go back to this party? So
make an informed decision. Read policies of every political party. See where you fit in. What is your idea? You know, what do you want to achieve? If it aligns with you, then join that political party, knowing you are making an informed decision and you're actually going to make a difference. You know, for me that was it. I read the policies. I read the policies.
Yeah.
I saw ethical leaders. You know, because if there's no evidence of corruption, why not go for that political party? Because you can see, you can track what they've been doing. So it's the people that I'm led. I'm led, man. I'm led by ethical people.
Ethical leaders. What books are you reading now? Are you a reader?
At the moment, I am not actually reading anything yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully when I find a bit of time.
What do you draw your inspiration from?
Like I said, my reality. Yeah, it's basically that. If nobody's going to do it, I mean, no, we'd be there. You know, so yeah, that's where I get my inspiration from. I don't mind waking up in the morning or busiku or whatever, go clinic because or there's somebody matata, whatever the case may be. I'm an active member in the community. You know, like I said, I started very, very young. So this is all I know, you know, the work and serving the community.
So speaking about those waking up or mind clinicing, are you happy with our public health facilities?
Not at all. Not at all. We actually conducted oversight last week. About 2 weeks ago, this clinic, clinic, and we then had a public circulation letter to say the hours stretched from 4 until 6 o'clock. And we're thinking, okay, because now ActionSA went to conduct oversight, things are starting to change.
Yeah.
So we will forever continue to advocate for our people and fight for the rights of our people.
Guys, for watching Western Podcast with the twins, the regional chairperson West Rand, Miss Lewatle Diale, Blue. Let's guys. So what we go
look.
Okay.
We have constituencies.
Okay.
We have branches in wards.
Yeah.
But I can give them my contact details.
Okay.
So it's 074 837 4687.
Yeah.
So 074 837 4687. So those are my contact details. And we're still working on the social media platforms, and it's Lewatle Diale on TikTok. I have a new TikTok account that I post videos and all of that content on there. But as soon as my platforms are available, they'll be shared. But if you need to reach me, those are the numbers that you can utilize to contact me. And either or, yeah.
We got business about Krakokai.
I know you can use the same number for business as well.
Okay, guys. Before it's one last question. Are you getting life threats from what you're doing now, Mega Project?
I'm unshaken. They're there, but I'm unshaken.
Legacy mutinti because of no, thank you very much.
No, thank you for hosting me. Thank you for actually giving me the platform to talk to my young people, to actually also touch base, to say this is what's happening in our community, this is what's happening in our midst. If you didn't know about the mega projects, if you didn't know this is what's happening,
to be quite honest, Lena, you the rumors, but niggas say this is too deep. This way, because
it's a pleasure to inform you guys. It's a pleasure to inform you guys.
And also to say, some of our people are failing. We've got local business forums that are involved, but they're not doing anything.
Comrades, right?
Yeah, comrades. Comrades, to be honest.
Because you have to be a card-carrying member. So it's not really a forum, it is a political forum, kinda, or if you're not affiliated, then you're not gonna get the jobs. So that must end. It must come to an end, comrades. It must come to an end, comrades.
Same here. 11 billion. We need to know. We have to find out to the illegal guy. We can't be having structures duties so with that lot of money it is being spent. This is totally wrong. Bachaba Safara no because of your work. It's always people if you feel like I don't know we are taking you, come to us so to try your side of the story.
Of course.
Yeah, to the side of the story, because you can't having people about Jafela but Baska counter to anything else. But hey, the Western Podcast with the twins, ke Lewatle, Diale. Ke chairperson, guys. Ni ke nagana chairperson ya MK.
Wahle?
Yeah.
Yan sonel.
Yeah.
Yo, ke tsona la ActionSA ore. Ore.
No, how you pone o?
No, never. I'm led by ethical leaders. Ethical leaders, so, anti-corruption.
So I got change the person, the leader. So you remain the ActionSA member. So I guess I change then.
Remashaba ke monna wa integrity.
You never know, people change.
Yeah. I dare you to try and find something about him, feeling unethical in serving the people. Yeah. He serves wholeheartedly, and we take from him. That's why it's filtered down from him to our provincial leader, our regional leaders, our constituency leaders, all the way to the ground. It's ethical people.
So, ethically, the brand developers and busy.
I dare somebody to come to the podcast and tell you if I have. I cannot be easily bought, unfortunately. It's much bigger than that. It's actually, I serve the people.
Yeah.
This is not about money. Problem people come into politics because of their stomachs. I say because they want to serve the community. And now I am here to serve my people.
Le guys. Team is doing Spanish is sharp. Your media team, big ups. Big ups to Bon. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Western Podcast with the twins. Today's episode in Lewatle Diale, ActionSA regional chairperson. Tango, retweet.
Okay, am I not saying?
I
mean, thank you for the opportunity, guys. Thank you for the opportunity and giving young people the platform. This is one platform that we didn't have ever, and we thank you, Moses and Aaron, for the work that you're doing, because this is necessary. This is to inform our community of the developments and what's happening, and also voice out their concerns. And I've made myself a vessel for the people to advocate for them, to advocate for those that cannot speak out for themselves. You know. So yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Oh, can dula forever. Moses well interested in public figure. One day. Guys, as I will, this is the only platform on Western podcast. This is the only one. Please subscribe, little follow, so that the stories so guys. No,
thank you.
Thank you, my brother.